After which we have seen permutations. We have 3 exercises on a permutations. 2 exercises are based on linear permutations and 1 is based on circular permutation. In linear permutation, again, we have 2 different types: when all the objects are distinct and when all the objects are not distinct. When all the objects are distinct, in that case, none of your word or none of your number is going to be repeated. So in that, again, we had another major subcategory questions when you wanted some of the things to be together or you wanted some of the things to be not together. So if you want your vowels to be together, what we did was consider the things that we want together. Suppose your vowels, tie them up together and consider them as one unit. Then rewrite the word considering those vowels as X, find arrangement for that new word X, then again go to vowels and rearrange those vowels. After which we have seen similarly in your linear permutation, when all the objects were not distinct. If all the objects are not distinct, in that particular case, you only have to divide by the number of times a particular object is repeated. So if in a representation or in balloon, L is repeated twice, O is repeated twice. So what we were going to do is we were just going to divide by 2 factorial and 2 factorial. So just check how many times a word is repeated, how many times a number is repeated, and divide by that number repetition times. After that, we have seen circular permutations. Circular permutation is when we have to arrange people around a round table, or we have to arrange books in a circular shelf, or there's a world conference meeting and we have to arrange the president and vice president around the circular conference table. Those arrangements also are similar to our linear permutations. The only difference is that if in linear permutations there are 10 objects, then 10 objects can be arranged in 10 factorial ways in linear permutations. However, for circular permutations, if there are 10 objects can be organized or arranged in 10 minus 1, that is 9 factorial ways. What is permutation related to? Permutation is related to order and arrangement. Which is the classic example of permutation? We have seen the example of a bomb. If the code to defuse the bomb is 3, 2, 1, our hero should go and enter the digits 3, 2, and 1. He cannot enter 1, 2, and 3. So in permutation, order is of importance. If you're not going to follow order, the bomb is going to explode. On the contrary, we have seen combinations. In combinations, classic example is that of a fruit plate, where your order is not important. What is important? Your choice is important. Your selection is important. And in last lecture, we had started with combination. We had seen few basic examples of combinations. And we have seen the basic formula for combination. What is formula for NCR? Formula for NCR is n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. What is formula for NPR? Formula for NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So what can we say? What is the relation between NPR and NCR? I can say that NPR is equal to r times or r factorial times NCR. After that, we have also seen some of our basic questions. Also, we should remember 4 values of combinations: NC0 value and NCN value. These values are always equal to 1. So if someone asks you what is 10C0 or 10C10, answer is straight away 1. 100C0 or 100C100, answer is straight away 1. And values of NC1 and NCN minus 1 are always equal to n. Therefore, if someone asks what is value of 4C1, answer is 4. 100C1, answer is 100. 1000C1, answer is 1000. Or 4C3. So 4C, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So 4C3, answer is again equal to 4. 100C99, answer is 100. 1000C999, answer is 1000. So remember these 4 basic combination values. So that will help in solving example questions. Other values that you should learn is your 0 factorial. 0 factorial is 1. 1 factorial is again 1. 2 factorial is 2. 3 factorial is 6. 4 factorial is 24. 5 factorial 120. 6 factorial 720. 7 factorial 5040. Perfect. So Aditya has also given answers with me. Okay, so let's start with combinations today. Here we go. type in yes if you can see my green screen and you're ready to start this lecture. Okay, I've got yes from Aditya Veer. Perfect. So let's start. So how many people do we have today? 26. We have Yogita, Aditya, Asta, Prashant, Kushi, Pranika, Athar, Brutu, Tanmay, Aditya, Veer, Chanvi, Kashish, Melvin, Prasad, Aditya, Sanika, okay, first lecture, Om, Avian, Ria, Aryan, Aditya, Parth, and Aditya Salunke. Okay. So there are 24 students, out of which let's say there are 15 boys attending this lecture and there are 9 girls. Now I want to form a cricket team. And how many players are there in a cricket team? There are 11 players. So in how many ways can I form my cricket team if there is no restriction? So first case, out of 15 boys, 9 girls, or out of 24 class students, I want to form a cricket team and there is no restriction. In how many ways can I do that? So how many total options are there? Total number of options are 24, out of which I want to form a cricket team. Suppose I want to form a cricket team of 11 players, then that can be done in 24C, 11 different ways. Let us make this a bit difficult. I want to form a cricket team, but in that cricket team, I want 7 boys and 4 girls. So my next question is, again, same constants that there are 24 classmates, 15 boys and 9 girls are there, out of which I want to form a cricket team of 11 players. But now I want 7 boys in my cricket team and I want 4 girls in my cricket team. So in how many ways can I do that? So that can be done in, how many boys do I have? I have 15, out of which how many do I need in my cricket team? I need 7. So I want to select 7 boys from how many options? 15 options. So that can be done in 15C7. NCR formula. N means your total available options and R means the option that you are selecting. So as there are 15 boys, the number of selections or number of choices that I have is 15, out of which how many players do I need to actually select? 7. So that can be done in 15C, 7 ways. Also, I need 4 girls in my team. So 4. And how many options are there? There are 9 girl students overall. So 4 female students can be selected from 9 in 9C4 different ways. And what should I use over here between these two? Should I use into or should I use plus? To form my cricket team, I need 7 boys and 4 girls. Which word have I used? And. So as I'm using and word, we know according to counting principle, I should use multiplication. So I need a team of 11. So if I need a team of 11, that should have 7 boys and 4 girls. Is or word going to be there? It's not possible. Therefore, for and word, we are going to use multiplication, and that can be done in this ways. Okay, so I'll leave the C option for you to solve later on. So I want you to solve when there are 6. I want my team. Again, the question is going to remain constant throughout. That I want to form a cricket team of 11 from 24 classmates, out of which 15 are boys and 9 are girls. So I want to form a cricket team when there are 6 boys and 5 girls. So solve this later on. Now let us say that out of these 24 people, Aditya and Rushikesh play really good cricket. So I would definitely want these 2 to be on my team. So these 2 are already selected. Aditya and Rushikesh are already there on my team. So I will need to find in how many ways can I select the rest of the 9 players. So in how many ways can I do that? So I'll repeat the question once again. In this particular scenario, I want to form a team of 11 players, but I have already selected 2 players, Aditya and Rushikesh, because they are very good at cricket. So I want to select the rest of the 9 players. In how many ways can I do that? So how many players do I need to select? 9 out of how many players? Out of 22 remaining players, because I have already selected 2 from the 2 options. So what were the 2 selected in 2C2 different ways? And how many more do I need to select? I will need to select more 9 people or 9 students. And how many will be left? There were 24. So out of that, Aditya and Rushikesh are selected. So how many are left? 22 options are left. So that can be done in 22C9 different ways. And what will I use in between? I'm going to use multiplication. Now, let's complicate this question a bit more. There was a match, and in that match, Aditya and Rushikesh did not play well. So what I decided was, I will again form a team of 11 players, but this time, I don't want Aditya and Rushikesh to be in my team. So in first case, what I wanted was that both of them should always be there on my team. And in second case, I've decided that I don't want them on the team. Now, in how many ways can I select? Again, I need to select how many players? I need to select 11 players from how many options? From 22 options, because these 2 options are cancelled out. I am not going to select Aditya and Rushikesh. So the answer is equal to 22C11. If you want, you can also multiply this with 2C0, because the 2 options, Aditya and Rushikesh, out of them, how many am I going to select this time? I'm going to select none of them. So answer is 22C11 into 2C0. What will happen if you just write 22C11? Is this answer correct? Yes, it is correct. Because as I said, what is value of NC0? NC0 value is equal to 1. And if you multiply this by 1, you are going to get the same thing. So this answer is right, and this answer is also correct. Okay, so now let's consider another scenario where, again, my 2 favorite students, Aditya and Rushikesh, both of them are wicket keepers. So definitely I will need to select one of them on my team. But the problem is that I'm going to select just one. I cannot select Aditya and I cannot select Rishikesh both. So in our F condition or in our F case, the question is this, that out of the 2 wicket keepers options that I have of Aditya and Rishikesh, I want to select one, and the rest of the 10 players can be selected in any way that I want. So how can I solve that? So I have 2 options, Aditya and Rishikesh, out of which only one of them should be selected as wicket keeper. So that can be done in 2C1 ways, multiplied with how many other players do I need to select? I will need to select more 10 players, because cricket team, I want that to be of 11 players. So how many rest of the options are there? The rest of the options will be 22. So I can say that out of another 22 options, I can select another 10 players. Okay, so you can also see the answers, and there is a hint in these answers that addition of this should always be equal to 11, because you are going to select 11 players. So if you consider 1 plus 10, that's 11. If you consider 11 plus 0, that's 11. 9 plus 2, that's also 11. Or consider 7 plus 4, that is also 11. And if you consider your total number of options, 2 plus 22, that's 24. 22 plus 2 is 24, 22 and 2 is 24, or 15 and 9, that is also equal to 24. Let us consider next scenario, that out of these 24 players that I have, 4 of them are good bowlers and 6 of them are good batsmen. And how many wicket keepers do I have? Aditya and Rishikesh. So, and 2 of them are good wicket keepers. Now, out of these 4 bowlers, 6 batsmen, and 2 wicket keepers, I need to select 3 bowlers, 5 batsmen, and 1 wicket keeper. And rest of the players I can select from here. Now, in how many ways can I do that? So this question got a bit more trickier. Let's try to solve this. I'll repeat the question once again. There are 24 players, out of which there are 4 bowlers, 6 batsmen, and 2 wicket keepers. And my question is, out of those 4 bowlers, I want 3 bowlers in my team. Out of those 6 batsmen, I want 5 batsmen in my team. And out of those 2 wicket keepers, I want 1 wicket keeper in my team. So let's try to solve this. How many bowlers do I want? 3. How many options do I have? 4. So that can be done in 4 C3 ways. Okay, multiplied with. How many batsmen do I want? 5. How many batsmen do I have? 6. Number of options 6. So that can be done in 6C5 ways. Multiplied with. How many wicket keepers do I have? 2. And how many do I want? 1. So that can be done in 2C1 ways. Is my team complete? 5 plus 3, 8, and 1, 9. So I need to select how many more players? I need to select 2 more players. Out of how many options are remaining? So 4 and 6, 10, and 2, 12. Out of remaining 12, I need to select my 2 players. Okay, so the last one was a bit bouncer. I'll repeat once again. You wanted 3 bowlers to be selected from 4 bowlers, 5 batsmen out of 6 batsmen, and 1 wicket keeper out of 2 available wicket keepers to form a team of 11 players. As you wanted 3 bowlers, you have written 3 over here. From how many bowlers? 4. So that can be done in 4C3 ways. You wanted 5 batsmen out of 6 batsmen. So that can be done in 6C5 ways. Can be done in 2C1 ways. So the total number of players in your team now is, the team is now 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9. You want a team of 11. So you need 2 more players. So you are going to select 2 more players from how many remaining options you have. So 4 plus 6, 12, and 2 you have already considered. So there are 24 people overall. So remaining 12 options are there. That can be done in 12C 2 ways. So copy this down. Question number C. You have 30 seconds. Type in the chat box if you want me to repeat any particular question if you have any doubts. Type in understood if you have understood everything. We'll continue after 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. So type in the answers for C question. So 15C6 and 9C5. Okay, correct answer, Pranika. Others? Type in your answers. Correct answer, Veer. We have 26 participants now. So I want at least 25 answers. Fast. Okay, perfect, good. If any of you is having any doubt in particular question, ask that doubt. Good, Atharva. Correct answer, Kushi. That's right, Rushikesh. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to next question. I'll increase the difficulty a bit more then. We have 15 boys and 9 girls. Again, I want to select a team of 11 players. But this time, I want at least 8 girls on the team. So in how many ways can I do that? I want to form a team of 11, out of which there should be at least 8 girls. What does at least word mean? At least means there should be minimum of 8. How many maximum number of girls can be present on the team? There are 9 options, so maximum number can be equal to 9. Therefore, the answer is going to be in this way. First condition, we are going to consider 8 girls out of how many? 9. If there are 8 girls, how many boys should I select? I need to select 3 boys out of how many? 15. Remember that addition of 8 plus 3 should give you 11, and this addition should give you 24 in a particular case. So one of the cases is this, that 8 girls can be present, or 9 girls can also be present, because what I've said over here is I want at least 8 girls on the team. So how many girls can be present on the team? There can be 8 girls, or there can be 9 girls on the team. So if I consider another option where there are 9 girls on the teams, out of how many? 9. Then I'll need to select how many boys? I'll need to select 2 boys out of how many? 15. So when there is at least word, there is going to be plus sign, because either this option is possible, or else this option case we had selected 8 girls and then 3 boys, or in our second case we had selected 9 girls, then we need to select 2 boys. Okay. Let's continue with our question. Consider that there are 10 points. How many lines can I draw from these 10 points? If it is given that all the 10 points are non-collinear. So what does non-collinear mean? That they are not lying in the same line. So let's see some basic example. First, let us solve for 3 points. How many lines can I draw passing through these 3 points? So I can draw this line, I can draw this line. From this point, I can draw this and this. From this point is this and this. So what is the number of lines? 1. or else I can also say that is equal to 3c2, which is 3 factorial upon 2 factorial, which is equal to 3. So how can I solve this question? If there are 10 points which are non-collinear, how many lines can I draw? How many options do I have? I have 10 options, so 10. Out of that, I want to draw how many lines number is possible. To draw a line, I need 2 points. So that can be done in how many ways? 10c2 different ways. And what is 10c2? 10c2 is equal to 10 factorial upon 2 factorial into 10 minus 2, that is into 9 into 8 factorial divided by 2 into 8 factorial. Cancels out, 1s are 5s are, which is equal to how much? 45. So how many lines can you draw from 10 points which are non-collinear? You can draw 10c2 lines, or which is equal to 45. Next question is, how many, in this first case we have seen, how many lines we could draw. Let's see in a B question, how many triangles can I draw? To draw a triangle, what do I need? I need 3 points. Therefore, how many triangles can I draw? Out of these 10, to draw one triangle, I need 3 points. So that can be done in how many ways? That can be done in 10c3 number of ways, or I can get 10c3 triangles, which is equal to 10 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 10 minus 3, that is 7 factorial. Just simplify this and you will get your answer. So this was condition when all the points were non-collinear. The collinear. Suppose out of these 10 points, question is getting a bit more difficult now. 4 points are collinear. Now how many lines can I draw? Let's solve for triangle first. If the 4 points are collinear, what I'll have to do is, I'll find out how many triangles can I draw because of those 4 points. Number of triangles that can be drawn from those 4 points is equal to 4c3. And I'm going to subtract them from total number of triangles that could be drawn from the 10 points. So what I've done over here is, I've considered total number of triangles that can be drawn. And from that, I've subtracted the triangles that could be drawn from the 4 points. Now, why have I used this subtraction over here? Because as the 4 points are collinear, how many triangles can I draw from 4 collinear points? If these 4 points are collinear, that is, they are lying on the same line. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 points are lying on the same line. How many triangles can I draw? I cannot draw any triangle. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to subtract that number that could be formed from these 4 points. Hence my answer is this. So what is 10c3? It means that out of 10 points, how many triangles can I draw? And from that, I'm subtracting the number of triangles that can be drawn from 4 points. Now let's go to line. It gets a bit more trickier now. How many lines can I draw from 10 points if out of those 10 points, 4 points are collinear? Okay, so I'll first write number of lines that I can draw from 10 points, which is equal to 10c2. And from that, I will subtract the number of lines that I could draw from those 4 points. So minus of 4c2. But this is not your complete answer. Something is missing. What is missing? If you consider this, that there are 4 points which are collinear, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There will be one line which is passing through these 4 points. So you will have to add that one line also. So that total answer is 10C2. That is number of lines from these 10 points minus the number of lines that could be drawn from the, we are adding one again. And why is this one over there, or why are we adding this one? Because even though there are 4 collinear points, we can still draw one line which passes through those 4 points. So that is why we have written +1. Whereas in the case of triangle, if the 4 points are collinear, how many triangles can I draw? I cannot draw any triangle. So we have not added plus over anything. Okay. So I'll give you 30 seconds. Type it so that I can continue. Perfect. Thank you, Veer. Others, type in your doubts. If you have any doubts, type in understood or clear so that I can proceed further. If everyone has understood everything. Okay, no doubts from Pranika. Others? No doubts. Okay, good. Okay, all clear. So perfect. Let's move to next slide then. Consider that there are 10 points on a circle. And if you are going to join those 10 points, you are going to get different chords. So suppose the points are like this. If you join 2 points, you'll get various chords. How many chords can you draw from 10 points if those 10 points lie on the circumference of circle? So how many points do we need to draw a chord? We need 2 points. And how many points do I have? There are 10 points on the circle. So answer is equal to 10C2. And 10C2 is equal to how much? 45. How is it 45? 10 factorial upon n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. So 10 reduce 10, 10 into 9 into 8, 8, 8 cancel. 2 1s are 5s are and 9 5s are 40. Let's consider that there is and in that conference meeting, there are 25 people. After the meeting, everyone is going to shake their hands with every other person in the room. So what I want is how many number of unique handshakes that can be done. So I'll repeat the question once again. There are 25 people who are attending my conference. And after the conference, each of them goes and does a handshake with other person. So how many unique handshakes will be there? So we are going to say that how many people do we need to make a handshake? 2. And how many people do I have? 25. So how many handshakes can be done? Number of handshakes is equal to 25C2. And what is 25C2? 25 factorial. We can simplify this and get an answer. Let's see next question, where we have to find greatest value of a combination. Now, where is the greatest value going to lie? If we see values of NC0 and NCN, values are equal to 1. If we see values of NC1 and NCN minus 1, values are equal to n. Similarly, if you keep on solving, values of NC2 and NCN minus 2 will be equal, and these values will keep on increasing. So initially it was 1, from 1 it went to n, and if you'll find other values, it will go on increasing. And where will the highest value lie? So highest value will lie at the center position, because the extreme values are going to be lowest. NC0 and NCN, these values are 1. NC1 and NCN minus 1, the first and last values are equal. Second and second last values are equal. Third and third last values are equal, and they keep on increasing. So where will the highest value lie? The highest value is going to lie at the middle point or the center point. So if there are even number of terms, suppose 12, the highest value is going to lie at, do 12 plus divide 12 by 2, so that is equal to 6. So the highest value is going to lie at the 6th position, or I can say highest value is going to be equal to 12C6. And if there are 13 number of options which are present, then the highest value is going to lie at 13. You can either do +1 or -1. So if I do 13 plus 1, it will be 14, and divide 14 by 2, that is 7. Or if I do minus, then 13 minus 1 is 12, and 12 minus 2 is 6. So in that case, highest value will be present at 2 points. It will be present at 13C6 and 13C7. And those both values will be equal. So it's time. We'll end the lecture over here. And today was the last lecture. I hope that everyone has solved all the textbook exercise questions. If you have any doubts in this particular chapter, you can let Tushar sir know. You'll get all your doubts resolved. We are also launching a new feature in the Ganimi app itself, so that your doubt sessions and doubt clearings will be much easier and much faster. So that when you're solving any question at home, suppose you are at home and you're solving at 10 o'clock, while solving get stuck at any particular question. So we have already implemented, and you'll get this feature in next couple of days, where you just have to take snapshot of that particular doubt or question and post it, and you'll get the answer within 1 hour. So in lifetime, you'll be getting the answer. So at home, you're practicing, you have a doubt, just take a snap, post it, that doubt will be cleared. Okay, so I'll stop the lecture over here. We'll follow our regular drill. Let me know in the chat box if you have understood, or if you had any doubts, or if you have enjoyed. If you have understood 50%, let me know 50% in the chat box. If you need some more additions, type in the chat box so that I can work on those. So thank you everyone. Clear by Rishikesh, Aditya, Veer, Siona, Kashish, Om, Pranika. Thank you everyone. Thanks Aditya, Siona, Kashish, Om, Pranika, Prashant. That's okay, Prashant. The lecture will be uploaded, so you can again see the lecture if you couldn't get the complete lecture due to lag.
Sir, can you repeat?
Clear. Which point do you want me to repeat? The lecture will be recorded and uploaded. So you can get the link from Tushar sir, or after some time it will be recorded on YouTube. So
Okay,
some of the
okay,
lectures are being uploaded. We cannot upload like each and every lecture. Some of the lectures are being uploaded on YouTube. So you can get access from there. YouTube channel is Ganimi. So
okay, thank you, sir.
okay, so this is the YouTube channel. You can just go over there. As you can see, there are already some of the lectures which are present. So you can either get access from there, or you can ask Tushar sir. Tushar sir will give you the link lecture recording. It will also be posted or updated in your app. So even from your app, you'll be able to see that lecture again.
Hello sir.
If you have any doubts, type in. Yes.
हाँ सर, एक announcement होती actually.
Okay.
Okay, सुनो
Okay,
सभी.
so students, this is announcement from Tushar sir to everyone. So just pay attention to this announcement. Yes sir.
Yes yes. Actually दीपक सर का जो लेक्चर है वो 5 बजे के बदले 6 बजे होने वाला है. That is the important announcement. वो मैं ऐप में भी अपडेट कर देता हूँ, but उसको टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा. So just to keep in mind that Deepak sir's lecture will be shifted at 6 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So does anyone have any doubt regarding the chapter, the Ganimi app, or the YouTube channel, or we can end the lecture?